This video is sponsored by Dubby Jitterless Energy Blend. Click on the link in the description and use the code PackerMan to save 10% on any order. What's happening, ladies and germs? This is the PackerMan, and welcome to this edition of The Fuel, where in this episode we're going to be talking about the 2023 Quaker State 400 from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This was a peculiar race because Mother Nature once again played a role in this race, almost to a positive degree in this case, because the first part of this race was admittedly pretty boring. It was just run-of-the-mill choo-choo train shit. But then when it became evident that weather was going to be playing a factor in this race, all of a sudden the intensity just started ramping up to 11. We started getting lots of battles in the mid-pack, lots of battles for the lead. It was insanity. Especially towards the end of stage 1, when we had a great finish between Blaney and Larson for the stage 1 win. That was pretty good. And it kept going. Through stage 2, there's 3 wide in the mid-pack. Yeah, you had some cautions from drivers spinning out. But stage 2 was when things really started to go to a fever pitch because the rain was approaching, and we knew the rain was approaching. And that's when all hell broke loose in terms of the competition at the front of the field, because any one of these guys up at the front could have possibly won this race. Austin Cindric was up there. Brad Keselowski was trying his damnedest to get up front and win for the first time in 80 races. That's how long his winless streak has been going, and he really wants to get that first win as an owner driver. But Ryan Blaney was up there. There were a lot of different guys up there trying to challenge for the win. But Keselowski won stage 2 under yellow, and he was debating whether or not to stay out because he was running low on fuel. But he decided to make the pit stop to go to pit road for fuel. So we get to stage 3, and this is when things once again started ranching up. Michael McDowell had a shot to get the lead, but AJ Allmendinger surged back ahead. William Byron managed to get around the outside of Allmendinger and took the lead away. Then Suarez got up to second and was trying to challenge. Would have been cool to see the Quaker State car win the Quaker State 400. Harvick actually spun during this, but there was no caution, interestingly enough. And then the 6th and final caution came in on lap 177 when Bubba Wallace and Ryan Preece go around in turn 3. Truex and Cole Custer were also involved. And then we get to the part of the race that a lot of people seem to really take issue with, where they basically waited for 15 minutes and waited as the rain came in. It was a light rain that was coming down, and then they decided to red flag the race, and ultimately they called the race after 185 laps, and William Byron was declared the winner. And let me tell you something, man. This fan base fucking sucks dick. It really does. Because this was, without a doubt, one of the best races of the year. The energy was frenetic. But I've seen some fans on social media saying, oh, this was the worst race of the year because of the lame finish. And I'm like, I look at social media posts like that, and I can't help but wonder if these people are fucking insane or not. They have to be. I mean, honestly, if you thought this was a terrible race, you're a fucking retard. Because that's honestly what the majority of this fan base is. Nothing but a bunch of fucking retards. In fact, there was one person that was getting into it with another person over what happened on pit road between McDowell and Truex, and the Truex fan was acting like a complete and total fucking tool bag, and I basically called him out on it. And I basically said, how about you quit acting like a total tard fuck? And I said, I swear to God, some of you so-called NASCAR fans need to put in an asylum because you're a bunch of fucking lunatics. Because that's what they are. Nothing but a bunch of fucking lunatics. Because quite frankly, I honestly believe this fan base is the worst fan base in all of sports. Even worse than Formula One, even worse than football, even worse than any other sport in the world. This fan base sucks dick. Just like the episode implies. I mean, does it suck that we had an anticlimactic finish? Yes, it does suck. Okay? But you all know that I have been highly critical of NASCAR this year because, let's be honest here, the Cup Series has fucking sucked this year. The first half of this season was nothing but bullshit. But the last 3 weeks, we've actually seen good races. Nashville was clean, yet it was super entertaining to watch. Then we had the street course race, which everybody was shitting all over, you know, just for the mere concept of having a street race, you know, which is the same as they've always done in the past with new ideas, but then all of a sudden, you know, they have egg on their face when the race actually turns out to be good. And then here you could say Mother Nature actually lended a hand and having this race be as frenetic as it was. And yeah, it ended up being an anticlimactic finish at the end, but honestly, do you want to have a repeat of what happened at Daytona last year? You want to have a multi-million-dollar junkyard in turn one like we saw at Daytona? Like, seriously, shut the fuck up and stop being a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Just because we had an anticlimactic finish does not take away from the fact that this was one of the best races of the year. And it honestly continues the Cup Series forward momentum, which is something that honestly the lower tier series are lacking a little bit right now. But as far as the Cup Series is concerned, we've had 3 straight weeks of good racing. And honestly, I hope the momentum continues. Because that's all I want to see is good racing. And for the Cup Series, we've seen that the last couple weeks. Of course, I don't think it's really any coincidence that it's because, I don't know if it has something to do with NBC being in charge of the broadcast and having guys like what's his face? I forget who the lead announcer is. I wanted to say Mark Allen, but I don't think that's his name. I'm pretty sure someone in the comments section will let me know, because I'm drawing a blank right now, because I'm just tired. That's why this isn't a live review, it's a pre-recorded review, because I'm just tired. I don't feel like doing a live review today. But having, you know, guys like Jeff Burton and Steve Letarte and Dale Jr. Rick Allen, there we go. I don't know why his first name is Mark. God, Lord. But anywho, having those guys like that, especially Dale Jr., who's so into it, you know, brings a lot of energy to the broadcast. I mean, it honestly makes the broadcast much more watchable, in my honest opinion. And I think it's helped me enjoy these races a lot more on the NBC side of things, because let's be honest here, when Fox was doing the races, it felt like we were watching a funeral. I mean, that's what it honestly felt like. So, that's how I feel about that. But there were 18 overall lead changes in this race, but the surprising stat, 13 of those were pure lead changes. Anytime you can get double-digit pure lead changes, you're doing something good. 6 caution flags, almost 5,000 green flag passes, and you know, we still had 75 laps to go. If we were able to get those last 75 laps in before the rain came in, who knows how crazy that number would look like. And Eric Almirola led the most laps at 46. He led the first 46 laps, in fact. That's why I thought the first part of this race was kind of boring, because nothing was really happening. But then the second half kind of kicked in and off we went. So, yeah. Third straight week where the Cup Series actually delivered on a good race. I don't know if that's going to be the case next week at New Hampshire, although in recent years the races at New Hampshire have been pretty good. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, fuck this fan base. My final rating for the Quaker State 400. 1 second. My final rating for the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta is an 8 out of 10. What's happening, ladies and germs? Thank you for watching tonight's video. If you're interested in sponsoring the channel, there is a link to my Patreon down in the description box below. Otherwise, hit like and subscribe if you want to continue watching great content like you saw today. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is the PackerMan signing out.